Councilor Vicente, joining online.
Good afternoon, Councillor Vicente. You're coming through loud and clear.
Sound check.
I believe that was you, Councillor Vicente. We're hearing you in the chamber fine. Thank you.
Sound check.
Good afternoon, Councillor Santos checking in.
Councillor Santos, you're coming through clear.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you, Councilor Santos.
Councillor Santos,
I
you're
think
coming
it's
through
just
clear.
no one there.
Councillor Santos, is Tammy from the clerk's office. Can you hear me?
Hi, this is Councilor Barr checking in.
Councillor Barr, you're coming through clear.
Thank you.
Tammy, it's Councillor Santos. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You're coming through clear. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Fortini, can we do a mic check?
All right, we're going to call to order. As we begin today's meeting, we would like to acknowledge that we are gathering here today on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and before them, the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Huron, and Wendat. We also acknowledge that many First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and other global Indigenous people that now call Brampton their home. We are honored to live, work, and enjoy this land. Good afternoon and welcome to our meeting of Brampton's Planning and Development Committee. We will begin the meeting with calling the roll for attendance at today's meeting. I will have the clerk summarize the people online.
Thank you, Chair Singh. We've had regrets for today's meeting for Councillors Paleshi and Mayor Brown. Online, we currently have Councillors Santos, Vicente, Brar, Fortini, and Power. And in the room, we have Councillor Tour.
Thank you. Moving on to approval of the agenda. Our next item is approval of the agenda. Does any member wish to add a business item to today's meeting? Okay, seeing none. We have a motion moved by Councillor Tour to approve the agenda. All in favor? The motion carries. Moving on to declarations of interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. Do any members have a declaration of pecuniary interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act for any matter to be considered on today's agenda? Seeing and hearing none, the clerk will so note for the meeting minutes. Moving on to consent motion. Committee, as part of our consent motion process, I will read each eligible agenda item subject to the consent motion, and any member may verbally identify the item to be held for debate during the meeting. Any item not held for debate will be considered as part of the consent motion and voted on for approval. I'll start by reading the relevant agenda item, and members can identify any item to be held for debate. 7.1 we will hold because there's a staff presentation. Moving on to 7.2, staff report regarding proposed amendment to the sign bylaw. We will also hold, since we will have a delegation for that. 7.3, staff report regarding application to amend the zoning bylaw, Golden Gate Castlemore Plaza Limited, Glen Chenard Associates Inc., 4538 Castlemore Road, Ward 10. That's in consent. 7.4, staff report regarding application to amend the zoning bylaw and for a draft plan of subdivision, Glen Chenard Associates Inc., Argo Summer Valley Limited, 12197 here, Ontario Street, Ward 2. That goes into consent, and we'll put the delegation in consent as well. 7.5, staff report regarding application to amend the zoning bylaw, MHBC Planning Limited, Canis Logistics 0 Gorway Drive, Ward 8. Consent. 7.6, staff report regarding supplementary report, site-specific amendment to the sign bylaw 399-2002, as amended 227 Vaughan Street East, Ward 1. Consent. 8.1 minutes, Brampton Heritage Board, January 30th, 2024. Consent. 8.2 minutes, Active Transportation Advisory Committee, February 15th, 2024. Consent. And 11.4 is correspondence regarding application to amend the zoning bylaw and for a draft plan of subdivision, Glen Chenard Associates Inc., Argo Summer Valley Limited, 12197 here, Ontario Street, Ward 2. Consent. Could we get a summary of all the consent motions, please?
By all means, Chair. On consent, we currently have items 6.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, 8.1, 8.2, and 11.1.
Thank you. I have a motion moved by Councillor Santos to approve the consent motion. All those in favor? Motion carries. And moving on to public delegations. Next item is 6.1, delegation by Sylvia Roberts regarding the proposed amendment to the sign bylaw 399-2002 as amended to permit sign variance application with delegated approval authority. Sylvia, you may come up.
All right, hello, my name's Sawyer Roberts. Usually before at planning meetings, there's a presentation. I guess not this time. So I think it's actually a great idea to move towards having more delegate authority because this is seems fairly cumbersome, as mentioned in the report, to have everything going through the planning committee. So I did have a couple of questions. It's one, if I was a plaza owner or say a restaurant owner and I wanted to put in a 15-minute parking sign in front of my business, because now significantly more than that, especially if you're a takeout only place. Would that currently, after this change has happened, would they for that have to do a zoning bylaw amendment? Or, if that is possible, could we make it so in the same process of making it so that it's up to the planning department instead of needing to go through the full process of amending the bylaw, for example, on the number of those kind of signs, that it can just be the planning department can look at it and it's like, yes, it makes sense that in front of a takeout only business, there are two 15-minute parking signs, because if there are no tables inside, it doesn't, if the 15-minute thing satisfies that and prevents someone else from using it from a different business for having a sit-down restaurant, because I've witnessed that happen at multiple plazas where the sit-down restaurant will have its parking spill over and start blocking into it and making it difficult.
Thank you, and I believe staff would like to respond.
Through you, Mr. Chair. The bylaw was actually amended about 6 months ago to incorporate something called a specialty parking sign, which would incorporate this as well. They are exempt from requiring a permit, and we don't have a maximum number on the site.
Okay, fantastic. That actually covers everything. Apparently, I did actually miss something for once.
It's all good. It was a valid point, and thank you for staff for incorporating that. We'll bring report 7.2 down as well. Do any members of council have any questions? Seeing and hearing none, I have a motion moved by Councillor Powers to receive delegation, the delegation by Sylvia Roberts, and to receive and approve the recommendations in item 7.2. Is anybody opposed? Hearing and seeing none, the motion carries. 6.2 was dealt with. 7.1 we're at next, and that is a staff presentation regarding Brampton Building and Business Portal presentation. I will turn it over to staff.
Through the chair, Councillor Singh and members of council, thanks for giving us this opportunity with me today. Roxanne, Manager of Administration and Information Services, and Shanti, Manager of Transformation and Innovation and Transformation. A brief overview of
Hold on 1 second. I just hear. Okay, sorry. Yeah. 1 second. I might be getting caught in the mic. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
A brief overview of the portal is, the Amanda Public Portal for the Planning, Building, and Growth Management Department focuses on our commitment of creating efficiencies and enhancing customers' experience. There will be the central hub integrating multiple external platforms that are currently being used. Though there is more work to be done, we are confident and envision the public portal to be the gateway for customers to do business with the building division. We are excited to announce the Amanda Public Portal is expected to be live in January of this year. With that said, I'm going to give it over to Roxanne and Shanti for further details.
Through the chair, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Roxanne Van Dam, Manager of Administration. Just going to talk more about if you want to go to the next slide, the context of the project. So over the past few years, is the next one, the building division has been investing in technology. In 2018, we scanned all of our paper copies to electronic. We also went online with the Mobi Inspect app to help inspectors enter their results. And in 2018, we upgraded the Amanda database from a desktop version to online. In 2020, we moved from class to the A to G payment system, and now we are working on this project, the Brampton Business Portal. And the current situation that we have, this is the next slide, was the Agile Point platform was made for us when COVID came in 2020. So we had a quick online solution to accept all of our applications. It stores all the documentation on SharePoint and does the payment links through A to G. And this system takes a lot of manual intervention. It takes all the staff entering all the permits from Agile Point into our Amanda database system. So that was the reason we're kind of moving to this new system, because this is a very laborious kind of method. And I'll move it on to Shanti now.
Thank you, Roxanne, for highlighting the current state and the challenges we are left with. I'm here to quickly talk about the transformation the Building Portal project will bring to address these concerns. Brampton Portal project will enable our customers, from homeowners to builders, to submit their applications online. If they need additional time before submission, they can save and resume from where they left off. Collaborate with the reviewer from portal shared space
Shall we get
and
next
upload
slide?
any
Sorry.
additional documents requested. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Pay for one or more of their applications online. Download their drawings, permits, certificates at their convenience. Request copies of the drawings and surveys and pay for them online. Request compliance check. Schedule inspections online and monitor the status of their application and inspections at any time. Now talking about the benefits, eliminates the manual data entry, reduced walk-ins and enquiries. This will leave staff with additional time to focus on their important things. Collaborative space for our staff and reviewers with the customers. Operational efficiency. Furthermore, other city departments can tag along in the future. Over to you, Roxanne.
So the next slide, we talk about the budget and key milestones. So the overall project budget, that included our upgrade from Amanda Desktop to the new current web-based Amanda program, was over $1 million. And the portal design and configuration and testing happened throughout last year, January 23 to January 2024. We're currently in the user acceptance testing phase. It's happening right now. Throughout April and May of this year will be our go live readiness, and then we expect to launch in June of 24 of this year. And then the next slide just talks about some of our building division volumes. So in the building division, we issue over 400 permits per month. With 37 building inspectors, we complete over 1,000 inspections per day. Our permit revenue per month is $1.1 million in permit revenue on average, and our construction value annually in 2023 was over $2 billion. And I stress those volumes because Shanti now is going to tell us about inspection booking and how to handle some of the inspection booking with our new system.
Thank you, Roxanne, for the 2023 stats. Since you mentioned about the volume of inspection, let me talk about our inspection scheduling process. Currently, our staff receives the inspection requests and schedule them manually. Indeed, it is a repetitive task. If the date the customer requested is not available, they won't receive any confirmation email and they must submit another request. With the future state, customers can request inspections directly through the Brampton portal, and if there is availability, then system will schedule for them, or system will ask them to choose another available date. Inspectors' availability is considered based on the total inspectors available, inspectors' vacation schedule, meetings, and of course the travel time is included in portraying the time. Over to you, Roxanne.
Okay, so the next slide talks about our go live readiness plan. So we're going to plan to do lots of communications to public and staff training, of course. We'll update all our 311 articles, so if call takers call. We're planning on having demos for regular customers, handouts at the counter, and a social media campaign as well. And then the next slide just talks about our key contacts for the project, which are Shanti and myself, of course, Melvin, our chief building official, and our IT project manager. Throughout the project has been Pooja Desai, and after project launch, our IT program manager will be Min Goy. And then just our general contact information is listed there. And we just also like to thank all the staff that have helped us with the project, because it's, of course, not just Shanti and I, but all the staff going through the user acceptance testing, which have been great help to us. And that was the end.
Thank you, and that's exciting news, so thank you for all your efforts, and we look forward to seeing the difference that this new system makes. Thank you so much for your work. I don't see any questions online or in person, so I have a motion moved by Councillor Stewart to receive the presentation and approve the recommendations for 7.1. Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion carries. We've dealt with everything. I guess we're at Councillor question period. Our next item is Councillor question period. Do any members have any questions regarding today's committee business? Seeing and hearing none, I have a motion moved by Councillor Vicente. No, I don't need a motion. Actually, we'll move on to public question period. There is a 15-minute limit for all questions and answers for public question period. I will ask the clerk if there are any questions submitted during the course of today's meeting.
We have received none.
Okay, and in person, we don't see any. So we don't have closed session today. So I have a motion moved by Councillor Powers for adjournment. Is anybody opposed? Hearing or seeing none, that carries. We are adjourned. Thank you so much, and seeing everybody. We'll see everybody at